the source of his revenue. When he steps into the spotlight, you can feel the heat of his heart come rising through. See how he dances, see how he moves from side to side. See how he prances, the way his hooves just seem to glide. He's a one-trick pony, but he turns that trick with pride. And he makes it look so easy, look so clean. He moves like God's immaculate machine. And he makes me think about all these extra moves that I make, all the herky-jerky motion, and the bag of tricks it takes just to get me through my working day. One-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony. He either fails or he succeeds. He gives his testimony, then he relaxes in the weeds. He's got one trick to last a lifetime, but that's all a pony needs. And he makes it look so easy, look so clean, and he moves like God's immaculate machine. And it makes me think about all these extra moves that I make, all the herky-jerky motion, and the bag of tricks it takes just to get me through my working day. One-trick pony, one-trick pony. As Charlie mentioned, that's the title from not only his record, but the movie One Trick Pony. Anybody seen that movie? If you haven't seen it, don't bother. Well, as movies go, it's not a great movie, but the soundtrack is amazing. You remember, the big hit from it was Late in the Evening, a great song. Yeah, so and the band in there is fantastic. You just, I can't tell you all the names, but great people. Let me just tune a little bit quick. Go. So as far as Lou Reed, I knew half a dozen Lou Reed songs over the years. So when I had to choose one, I said, what am I going to do? And I listened to a lot of the catalog. And this one came up, Busload of Faith. And I found out that it was also covered by Bob Seger, the great rock and roller from Michigan. And he did a kind of more updated version a few years ago. And so I'm going to kind of combine the two of them. And I think it's very relevant, as Charlie said. You can't depend on your family. You can't depend on your friends. You can't depend on your games. You can't depend on an end. You can't depend on intelligence. You can't depend on God. You can only depend on one thing. You need a busload of faith to get by. 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 You need a busload of faith to get by. You can depend on a murderer's rage. You can bet that if he rapes somebody, there'll be no trouble her having a child. You can bet that if she aborts it, pro-lifers will attack her with rage. You can bet on the worst always happening. You need a busload of bait to get by. 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 You need a busload of bait to get by. You can't depend on the goodly-hearted. The goodly-hearted make lampshades and soap. You can't depend on your drinking. You can't depend on your dope. You can't depend on anything. You can't depend on the president. Unless there's real estate that you want to buy. You can depend on the worst always happening. You need a busload of bait to get by. 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 You need a busload of bait to get by. You can't depend on no miracle. You can't depend on the air. You can't depend on a wise man. You can't find him because he's not there. You can't depend on intelligence. You can depend on cruelty, crudity of mind and sound. You can't depend on anything. You need a busload of bait to get by. 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 You need a busload of bait to get by. We're going to do one more song before we take a little break, and I'm going to have a bunch of the other performers come up here. We're going to do our take on the sound of silence. You're welcome to sing along. I'm sure we've been hearing these songs for 50 years or more. You know. So everybody grab a mic and see what we can do. I got some copies here. Number 3.